Hi Celo. In this tutorial we're going to learn how to create your own celo full node inside a virtual machine. So if you didn't watch the last video, this is a Debian 10 Linux virtual machine, and we're going to be using the terminal in this one to do most of the commands and to create the full node. So open up the terminal, and I'm going to change the view to there's Tango Dark, just like that. Now the first thing we want to do is gain sudo on this machine. So sudo stands for super user. So do su and then enter your password. Okay, now we're in the root of this machine, so cat c. Okay, so do this and you'll get a bunch of stuff that'll be displayed. The next command you want to do group grep, and then your username. So my username is Aiden, so enter that. And the next thing you want to do is usermod ag sudo and Aiden again. Okay. Now we should, once we restart the virtual machine, be in the sudo group. So let's restart it. Alright, so now that we've restarted the virtual machine, go back into the terminal. Then now you can see sudo is in the list of groups. So let's do sudo update to make sure everything's up to date. And then upgrade. Okay, now let's install some important dependencies onto this machine that we're going to use. So the first one we're going to install is docker.io. This will be used for running our full node. And the second one is curl, so this will be used for inserting GitHub links. And the third one is Vim, which is a text editor. Alright, so the second thing we're going to do is enable bidirectional copy and paste. So we're going to press this in the top right corner, then do cd media ls, and cd-rom. Okay, now be sure you insert guest editions in the top corner. Then do ls, and you'll see some packages we can run. So the one we want to run is sudo bash, and then it's called vbox linux editions .run. Okay, so we're going to run vbox Linux editions, and then install this. Alright, so restart the virtual machine after entering those commands. And then next thing we're going to do is improve the screen resolution. So I've already improved the screen resolution just for your quality of viewing experience. So copy and paste will work now, and just paste this in. Paste in this command. And this will build some Linux headers that are really important for a lot of things in this virtual machine. So I've already installed this to the latest version, but I'm just showing you how it's done. Then next, you're going to want to cd into this directory. media and CD-ROM. So CD chooses directory, and then you're gonna run. Well, first actually, before you run this, go into devices and insert guest editions again, and then run this command. And this will install this Linux editions, which will allow you to improve the video quality up here. So right now for you, all these are blacked out. All these options are blacked out, so this will enable all those so you can improve the video quality. Alright, so now restart your virtual machine and then get back to the terminal for the next part. So now we're going to start to create the environment, and you're going to paste in this command, which installs Node.js and some other important dependencies for running the node. And it also installs NVM. Alright, so after you paste that in, use source and then the file name to source it in so it's read by the terminal. Okay. So now we're gonna install Node.js. And after you installed it, we're gonna tell the machine to use the latest version of Node.js. And then after that, we're going to install the celo client onto this device. So use npm install, then celo client, and this will install the celo client onto your machine, or the celo application onto your client, which is this machine. Alright, so we installed the celo client. Now we're going to start building the environment. So we're going to use this shebang path. This is the shebang, and then bin bash. So this will tell the terminal to interpret in bash. And then let's set x, which it allows all the executable commands to be read in or printed by the terminal. And then you're gonna paste in this command from the written documentation, and this basically tells the terminal to load in the celo.env file, so the environmental variables are recognized and loaded in. Alright, so now I'm gonna paste in one more time, see if it worked. Alright, yep. Looks like it worked correctly. Alright, so now we're going to use curl to create a new file. And then here, I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I messed up with the. Yeah, so I believe we're still interpreting in bash, so just create a new window and close out this one. And source.env. Okay, now it's working. So we were still interpreting in bash from that previous shebang. So now we're going to want to paste in a second file, and this will store some important node information. Okay, we sourced it in. And okay, so next we're going to want to move these two new files that we created. So we can go into here and see This is celo.env. We just created this file with that curl, and then start celo.sh is the other file we created. Okay. So now we're going to want to move these two files into a new directory. So paste this in. Well, this just says the owner of this file is the only one who can execute it. And this will print your current directories. So the thing we want to do is create a new directory with makedir. And then we're going to call this directory, so mkdir makes the new directory. And now let's cd into this new directory. So that chooses the directory. And then we're going to move those two files into this directory. So we're going to move celo.env into this directory, and we're going to move startcelo.sh into this directory. Okay. Now, after we make any changes to these files, we should source them in. So let's source it in. Source. And source that one in. Okay. Alright, so as you can see here, we got some permission denied and from Docker. So that's because we're not in the Docker group yet. So let's join the Docker group. Cd and sudo usermod ag docker Eden. Okay. Now let's restart the virtual machine. Alright, so now that we've restarted the virtual machine, let's do ID and check our list of groups. Alright, so it didn't work that time. Must have been a typo, so let me put in my name again. Okay. Now I'm going to restart the virtual machine again. Okay, so now if I do ID again, it worked that time. I'm in the Docker group, so right now I'm just sourcing in startcelo.sh. Because last time I got a permission denied because I wasn't in the Docker group. Okay, perfect. That time it sourced it in. So now what we're going to do is start creating the node. So I'm already in the celo data directory, and we're going to run this command to create the new node. Okay, so this is going to create our new celo node account. So create a password. Don't forget this password. And then see how it generates a public address key? We're going to want to copy that. And then go into Vim. And we're going to Vim into celo.env. So this will allow us to edit celo.env. And then press I for insert mode. And then delete your account address. And then hold shift and then insert. So insert that in. Now press escape. And then colon, type WQ. enter, and this will get us out of Vim. Alright, now we made some changes to celo.env, so let's source it in. Okay, you can see here it recognizes the account address and it sources it in for us. Alright, so now let's try in starting the light client. So start celo.sh created a new command for starting the light client. So that is celo.sh, and let's see. Okay, the light client is running, so that's great. And now let's do a new tab. Actually, I want a new window. And let's check if the node's synced. And do this command while this node's running. And true, so the node is working properly. And the light client is running, so that's really good. Alright, now let's stop the light client. So do cat will display some information about what's in this file, and go through until you find name. So the name of this node is geth, so I'm going to do docker stop geth. There we go. That stops the light client. Alright, so now I'm going to scroll back up and I'm going to find my key again. So I want to copy this key and I'm going to paste it into a secure location so I can remember it. Alright, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send some celo from my phone wallet to this account, to this node address. Alright, so I just sent celo and CUSD to this node address. So if I do celo account balance, paste in this address. Okay, so the reason it gave me that is because the light client is not running. Okay, so if I run the light client, then do this. Okay, so it shows I have celo and CUSD. So now I want to send celo from my node back to my phone. So to do that, first we have to attach a Docker to this node. And so name here, if you remember, the name of your node is geth. So geth attach, exit. Okay, so it attached. And then we're going to unlock this account. Unlock your account. And then where it says public address key, let's see here. It says the public address. You're going to paste in your address. And then here's put in your password. Alright, so now your account's unlocked. So let's use this command. This command will send celo, or it will send CUSD to any other address. So in here, let's paste in. Oh, whoops, I'm an idiot. me. I'm just gonna paste this in, and then copy your public address. And it says node address. Paste it in. And then phone address. I'm gonna put in my phone address. If I can find it. Alright, so I found it. And then I'm going to paste this in. As you can see here, it's running checks. It says I have at least 0.1 CUSD. And it's transferring celo. Okay, just like that, it's done. Alright guys, I hope you found that useful. That's pretty much all there is to it. See you guys.